Okay, so do we have? Looks like we have. Okay, let's bring out our old friends, Cameron and Rhea, Cameron Esposito and Rhea Butcher.
It's just me right now, Dan. I'm sorry. It's just me right now. I'm so sorry, you guys. I know that. Thank you. I know that people are either fans of Cameron or fans of me. So the people who are only fans of Cameron, I apologize.
Oh man.
Well, that means I'm gonna come over there.
Great. Dan's coming over here. I gotta move my chapstick and my shit. Sorry. I have to take my chapstick out of my pocket because these jeans are tight. So, hello, Dan.
All right. Well, so you guys have a heart out.
Hello.
We have. This is Madaline. Madaline, this
Hi,
is
Madaline.
Rhea.
Nice to meet you. Oh, you don't know what this is. I get it.
She's 4.
Right. Yeah.
But she has a YouTube channel and she does flamenco. She's taking flamenco lessons.
Amazing.
That's all I know about her. She's probably a Republican.
She's got great shoes. I love your shoes. Fantastic shoes. Great. She's adorable.
Okay. So what the Take My Wife? I just watched it on CSUN.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
It's Cameron and Rhea, and it's you guys are. It's very nuanced and touching, and it's I like it, and it's also shot really well. And,
thank you.
And I like the. Like there's a lot of text and tweeting, like digital stuff, like that's been a challenge for all of us, like getting that into our narratives on screen. How much of it do you do without feeling like bye birdie bubbles? And,
absolutely.
But it works really well.
Oh, thank you very much,
Cameron. Throughout it works as like a Greek chorus. Is what things
a Greek
like Twitter
chorus
become,
of trolls.
Yeah, because Cameron throughout the thing is like just like checking in, and it just says like you're like we get it, you're gay.
Yep. Do you know what's funny about that, Dan? And she'll probably tell this exact same story, so pretend like I didn't tell it when she gets here. Is that when we were filming that part of that episode, her an episode of her appearance on Comedy Bang Bang came out while we were filming it, and she got those exact responses on Twitter in actual real life.
Right. Even though she had previously written them as kind of an amalgam of what she had already gotten.
Of everything that had already it had already happened before, but that day it happened again. So it was perfect. We were like, yeah, this episode's accurate. We're not stretching.
It is like, if there's any subversion to it, its subversion is simply in the fact that it's just a nice single camera sitcom, and it's not necessarily driven by any kind of us versus them energy, in spite of the fact that, wait for it, these are two women and they're married. All right, just calm down. Will you calm down?
I didn't know about that part.
I'm not done watching the whole thing. Maybe there's a mask involved at the end. It would certainly make me more comfortable.
Dan, there's a snow globe at the end.
But it's not. The world is absurd, but it's not absurdly like. It's not like everyone doesn't understand, and you know what I mean. Like it's not like there's a world of straw dogs, which like. It's just the pretty much normal world, but there's a little bit of mystical realism, just like a touch to it. I really like the tone, and I don't like it's not a spoiler-driven thing, but like because it's just the story. The first episode is the story of you overcoming your fear of committing to this job so much that you would actually quit your real job, and meanwhile, while she's like having these like struggles with whether or not she wants to be a comic that mentions you on stage ever. And then she's like the triumphant return threshold moment is her like turning sideways to the wings and and talking to you instead of the audience, and it's a really nice moment. It's not overly cloying or anything. I don't know why you don't need my approval.
No, Dan. Actually, I do. I don't know if you. Yeah. This is like the best moment of my life right here.
I don't know if it's that or I'm like I watched it. But it is cool. I like it's great. Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
And CISO is obviously we're all in the same boat here.
Yeah. I got to be a female sword.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, your episode of the Watch HarmonQuest Rhea's episode.
Yeah.
The most amazing wordplay ever in the history, but it's not because the guy's name is Synax, but he gets his snout cut off, and Rhea goes Synax infection.
I think I was
but it was like in real time.
No, that's Sinus infection.
Yeah. That's the thing from the show.
It's from the show.
Yeah.
Spencer.
Oh, man, that was great.
I do know Spencer. Hey, Spencer.
Good. How are you doing? I have a question about Take My Wife. Can I ask a question about Take My Wife? How did you decide your characterizations of a married couple? Because obviously you could do, it's just going to be us, but then maybe you want to make things more arch, but then also you might have been like, well, let's write these characters and they'll be based on us, but they'll be characters for the point of plots and stuff. And then obviously, you're being a married couple on television, so that comes into play too. So I'm wondering, like, what was your thinking there?
Well, I mean, the way we wrote it was we wrote all the, basically that season is all stuff that happened, and then some of it is fictionalized so that people aren't like, hey, that was me, so it's some people are like amalgams of experiences and stuff like that, but it's I think Cameron calls it I don't even fictionally autobiographical or something
hagiographic.
Everything actually happened. So I mean, the thing about the show is it's kind of the lead up to us being married, so we're not married yet, and it's really us figuring ourselves out within a relationship. And I mean, we just sort of wrote out all the stories that we wanted to cover, and in doing that we sort of found the characters of Cameron and Rhea there. So it wasn't ever anything where we're like, okay, well, this Rhea's gonna be this and Cameron's gonna be this. It just sort of organically happened through putting all that stuff out there. And
it's I just didn't have this conversation, but this thing came up because I didn't know what to think about it. But a person I know is finishing a pilot, and I'm a character in it. It's like these days. I mean, it's like there's a confessional kind of mandate, the golden age of TV or post golden age sacking of TV, whatever's going on right now. It's kind of like incumbent upon people for our audiences of a maximum of 1 million people that it actually does need to be a little bit. Well, it needs to be passionate, it needs to be personal, it needs to be sincere. That doesn't automatically mean it needs to be autobiographical, but then again, it's like kind of the easiest thing to do right now, and TV's never been about fighting and struggling and in terms of the idea. So the easiest thing to do right now is to go, this is me, this is like my world, and this is that's been a main staple of TV. Anyway, this has been going through the Carsey Werner filter of like, oh, your stand-up says you like to use tools. Here's your fictional wife. Here's your set. That's a thing. But so we're still at the core. The demand is in television is for real people.
Yeah.
Why did you just explain that, Dan?
I would just be like a jacket saleswoman or something. You know what I mean?
But the funny thing is the person so I'm a character in this person's script. And it's important that I'm 43. It's important that I'm at a kind of a more comfortable place in my career than this person is. There's so many details about me, it being me that are important to to the situation this person is in, that it's kind of dumb to go through it and go make it Flan Farman but the thing is, then there's a shot where the person is looking at a wall of my house, and there's like a community poster and all the things. It's like just the things, like Community and whatever else I've done. There's an Emmy, I guess. I don't know. It's for Oscars. Hugh Jackman hosted. Won an Emmy for writing the Oscars. I try not to bring it up. But
that was very difficult.
But I was like, I read the thing and I was like, oh, you should change like Community to like crazy community college show. Like and I don't know what it was. I just think that's an interesting concept when we're doing these like weird, like meta things. Like, what is the rule there? It's kind of like why you asked the question, right? Like, what do you?
We were in great minds, obviously, and also I don't think great care was taken in our characterizations beforehand. They just kind of grew out of the storyline. So I was just curious. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just interesting because it's like you start with a dynamic, like so it's like, oh, it was important is that you were working for me, and everything kind of bloomed out of that.
Yeah.
So you get me as like this weird Jack Donaghy to your Liz Lemon. But it's funny. But boy, writing about myself is fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Madaline, don't you think it's fascinating?
Yeah. No.
Well, that was
solid no on that one.
That makes it when she lets you know things are going good, you feel it.
Oh yeah, no,
because she hasn't developed a moral conscience yet.
Yeah,
she
man,
won't
she doesn't
lie.
even know what a handshake is.
No, she has no reason.
No bullshit from her
she will not blow
whatsoever.
smoke up your ass.
Not at all.
She's
Not one
like,
bit.
I like
She's
it.
like,
I didn't
no.
like it. You know. I mean, it's like there's certain demographic things that make me go like, well, who cares? It's like you're not, so like, I'm not going to do a show about the times tables. I don't care. I don't care what these people find entertaining. I have to express myself.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, did you guys hear about these itsy bitsy spiders?
She's doing it.
There's
She's
like
doing it with her fingers. She's doing it. Hold on.
Well, now I want one. If they're gonna
$20
do that,
Dan. $20.
Yeah, $20. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Well, oh, hey.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, let's do that.
Alakazam, summon my wife, Cameron Esposito.
Your wife.
She's here.
Here, you take this one.
Hey.
Hi. Hello, the audience.
This is Madaline.
Hey, Madaline.
This is Madaline. Yeah.
She was just doing a real cool itsy bitsy spider a second ago.
You know what? I saw it, and you are legit very good at that.
It was my idea. It's my idea. I brought it.
Yeah.
Came up with it. I didn't create it, but
Story by.
I adapted it.
Definitely like a story by.
A story by for sure.
Have you ever gone on a bear hunt, Madaline? Like yeah, because you haven't been. They don't do it. They don't do that stuff in flamenco school. They're like, you warm up. This isn't kindergarten. Start flamenking.
What if she had though, Dan? What if she had?
What if she had
gone
gone
on an
on
actual bear hunt? It was like,
a
yeah.
real one?
Yeah.
Oh no, but I was talking about the. You.
Oh, I probably missed it.
You
Sorry.
guys never like in kindergarten or nursery school like there was like this. I don't know. There was this
I don't
thing.
think they still do this.
The kids would. No, you think
Because
the
of danger?
internet replaced this?
Well, this was before my time, I think.
I mean,
this seems
they would just
very
go like this. So
problematic.
The teacher would go, "We're going on a bear hunt. Bear hunt. I don't know if there was like a chant to it or not, but there was a lot of call and response, and so the kids would all go like this, and then they go like, "Oh, we're gonna go across the stream. There's a stream."
That's true.
Yeah, well,
Isn't everything?
I mean, everything's an exercise in conformity,
Especially
for sure,
in public school.
Keep in mind, sir, a bear gets hunted and becomes the hunter. Not to spoil it, but
Now
you
that's
go
a
on the whole
twist.
bear hunt and you see the bear, and the bear comes after you, and you run and you do all the other stuff. I think it's more an exercise in like story structure because it's like makes you go backward and forward through a thing. You take note of the things you do while you get to the bear. You meet with the goddess of seeing the bear. You atone with the father of realizing the bear found you. You charge back across the return threshold, and you go home having changed into a kid that didn't set fire to the gymnasium. It's definitely storytelling's primary function is to keep young people from burning down whatever White Houses are in the vicinity.
Absolutely.
Ideally directing your energy towards a cultural other, like that's what Campbell says, like especially like adolescent boys need to be like told the reason why you not only think you could destroy everything right now, but probably could, is because of a great thunder god that the neighbors really don't want you to achieve. So hate them and go to math class and register for selective service. It's the draft, Madaline. If you get drafted, it'll be against cool space bugs. You're gonna get a jetpack when you get drafted. It's all right. It's okay. Look, this is gonna happen. It's live podcasting. There's gonna be contention.
Whoa.
Oh no.
We don't have security here, by the way.
Yeah.
We have like a kid that works in the Alan Moore section. That's just he's scary, but he doesn't do anything.
Usually he just watches The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who does it.
I don't know.
That's who does that.
He watches The Watchmen, and in typical Alan Moore fashion, he doesn't really enjoy it very much. No. It's like, this could have been better. All right, Madeline's.
Usually Dan's the one who gets belligerent.
Now she's warmed up.
So, Madaline. All right, what's the scariest thing? I'm asking not just because I want to scare a child. I have other guests coming soon that and there's a fear of a theme of fear. So I'm just wondering, is there something that scares you? Like I'll tell you, spiders scare me a lot, and clowns, and I guess like leaving the house. Getting into a shower and not knowing that the water is going to get like really hot after I get into it.
I like this person who's trying to put words in a child's mouth.
Yeah.
Is that the same person who was like, conformity, failure, I do whatever. Listen, kids, say failure.
It's Donald Trump's political advisor.
Yeah.
I saw a thing on a TV ad, and the volume was down, so I don't even know. And it's kind of cool to not know whether this was a Democratic ad or like a splinter Republican ad. But it was just like I just saw a bunch of images of Donald Trump, and then it was a negative ad, and it said like Donald Trump dangerous. And it was like I liked the fact that I didn't know that could have been like some weird like group of like Republicans that was like not weird, like I guess more normal than the rest, like going like. But I like that. I like this. It made me happy because I feel like if we can admit that we don't like a guy because dangerous, like that's actually there's a little like lobe in my head that goes like, wait, he should be dangerous. And then I go, wait a minute, no, we want to be comfortable, and we need to admit that more. We need to be less hyperbolic about our politics and more like practical and go like, look at this guy. He's a turd. Like, that's scary. Vote for not scary. Like you always do anyway, except you pat yourself on the back afterwards and put on a cape and say, I did something heroic today by voting for comfort. Like, I think it, like we're
right. There's like good dangerous and bad dangerous. Like when people talk about Hillary, and I know people here are going to be shocked to find out that I like her. When people talk about Hillary, they talk about her being dangerous, but it's people will be like, because she's done like backdoor deals with everybody, and she's probably responsible for a lot of murders, and she has single-handedly met and done and I'm like, yeah, sounds like a president. Like, sounds like a person that runs this country since the first time that somebody was like, you should run this country.
Hey,
George Washington.
Hey, old wooden tooth.
Yeah.
You should run this thing.
You own people. Do you want to run this place? I mean, like, that's... But then it's funny because now... I feel like that's, like, dangerous in the way that our country has always... That's us. I'm not saying we're great. We have a lot of stuff we can improve on, but that's definitely us. Like, that's for sure us. We're terrible. We're the worst. We don't own this place. We stole this place. This belongs to Meltdown. No, like, we don't own this. We stole this place. We've always been dangerous. Then he is dangerous in relief to that because his thing is like, I'll blow it up.
Right.
Like, I'll blow you up.
Why wouldn't I use the nuclear weapons?
Yeah, why can't I?
Why can't I?
We got them.
They've
Says
just
who?
been
We
sitting
spent a lot of money.
We got the damn things.
Yeah,
Says
I mean,
who?
it is a time in which we've, I shamefully find myself just craving status quo, which I have on a level that I never have, because it's like you're looking down the gaping maw of actual historical, like, things where you go like, oh, this is, as I've said, and I really, again, unashamed, like, it's fine. Hitler comparisons are fine. The earlier, the better. That's the point of them. Hitler, the healthy version of a Hitler comparison is the earliest one in the world, the most premature one. Imagine if the Hitler comparison had happened early on in Hitler's career. If someone had gone, this guy's Hitler, then, I don't know.
Well, there's also like two different types of dangerous. There's like Hitler dangerous, and then there's also like if you think about a spy.
Oh, shit! Madaline came down!
She said it.
Sorry, she said like 3 minutes ago, I want to talk now. I was like, you can talk if you want to, and then...
All right, Madaline, let's hear it.
I mean, I guess what I'm saying is women are the future, clearly.
What were you going to say, Madaline? Oh, you just said it? You just said blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
You just... I mean, I can't tell. You're 4, so I don't know if that's mocking us or if that's actually like half of what you know how to say.
There it is.
Oh, no, it's mocking us.
I feel like for the podcast, she's going to sound even younger, like an actual baby was up here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that will be next week.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Madaline, I heard that you are a fart head.
Oh, boy.
I don't know that this is healthy.
It's actually okay.
There are adult men mouth agape at that. I looked at this dude specifically, and he went like...
It's actually right...
Toots fired.
It's actually right up our alley. Do you want to tell them our nickname for each other? Okay, well then I'll tell them, because you're a butthead.
Oh, boy.
I call each other buttheads and stuff. All right, well, we have to make room for my neighbors are coming up, and they have a special... you guys remember Beth Bootson, right? Oh, no. Oh, this is the dark side of show business. Yo, Madaline, you're still going to be right there. Oh, God. Oh... Spencer gets to be proven right again.
Yeah, man. Right.
But think about this, Spencer. If we hadn't gone through all of that, no show.
It's not that I'm happy about being right all the time. It's just that I see it when it's going to happen.
Yeah, but what if I saw it too? And what was I supposed to do?
I did the
You saw what happened. What was I supposed to do?
No, it's great. This is a great show. Let's. How about that? Take my wife.
Yeah.
Don't you guys have Hard Out not that long?
Cameron, there's a scene in Take My Wife where you're out at lunch and you're in like an outdoor restaurant. Oh, I can't. I'm sorry, Madaline. You'll be okay.
She did great.
I just don't know. I didn't like the sound of my own voice talking at the same time as a person that was like sobbing, and I'm like I'm ignoring it like it's some Orwellian thing. Man.
Some sort of a get that baby out of here.
Oh
sort
man,
of
that's what.
I'm like now I know. Now I know why.
Let's not do that.
Yeah. When we say we're okay with this, we don't change our stance.
I learned,
we love it. This is what America's all about.
I learned from a hit Pixar movie that feeling sad is just as much a part of life as feeling good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very true.
And I learned that while losing my Oscar. And I thought, that's fine. That's what that movie that took my Oscar said. This is fine. And I cried and I loved it.
The mom was controlled by sadness. Great film.
So there's a scene where Cameron's out on she's eating lunch at an outdoor cafe, but there's like and Rhea's blowing up, and then there's one shot of you, and it's like pushing on you, and you're like, or I don't think it's pushing on you, it's just like the static. There's no music, and it's just you by yourself at a restaurant. Like, do you like do you know the expression I'm thinking of? Like when you're kind of like. Is it just you? Like, are you going through like a like? Is it like it's like a because we're not specifically tracking in that moment that it's like, are you just uncomfortable in your own skin like because you're alone at
yeah, right. No, I actually know exactly what you're asking. Yeah, it's supposed to be not knowing where to focus energy, right? So like. I'm just sitting by myself alone at a cafe and thinking maybe I see somebody that I know,
right.
Like awkwardly waving.
Yeah, because there's like
there,
a wave.
And then I kind of like hide and crawl inside of myself.
And then right after you do that, you like wave and you go no like that, and then a leaf falls in the background.
I guess
obviously wasn't planned, but I love it so much.
Why do you think that wasn't planned?
This, like
Rhea,
dead leaf just fall. The last.
Told it to do that.
Yeah. We had a serious rig, and they were like, "Let the leaf go!
Get the one leaf! Get the leaf.
It's like 10.
Okay,
10
leaf to
men
one.
and
Bring
women.
the leaf to
And
one.
then it's just this
Bring the
tiny
leaf to
leaf.
one. And leaf it.
Leaf it.
Action.
The leaf industry doesn't have more precise language than this thing. And leaf it. Well, that could mean 5,000 things. I'm a union employee who solely focuses on leaves, and you just say leaf it when I. Do you want him to blow across a detective's driveway? Would you?
I would love to see the leaf person on like every show, just like leaf blowers attached to the belt.
It seems like the leaf person on a set is that's one of those jobs that has a name that doesn't have leaf or a Latin like root of leaf.
Rare.
It's called like something like a squippler, and you find out it's the leaf wrangler. And if you ever call him that or her,
absolutely. Thank you, Dan.
Great point. Great point. That's a great point.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You know, you didn't have to use that second pronoun. You did. And that shows you care.
That's amazing.
That's really what we
The
need.
acknowledgement of women.
Right.
Yeah. There sure are women.
Do you know what is right next to here? Dan, did you see our, I'm pointing this way. There's a billboard with our dumb faces on it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know there was one here in this neighborhood, but I saw.
Right by the Chipotle,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys took me off. You replaced me. That's great. That's what
Cover
it
your
should
eyes.
be. That's how. That's what television should be, I think, right?
Replacing
Yeah.
you with
Yeah. Me,
two
a
lesbians?
white male.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we need. I think. Thank you.
I just want to acknowledge
Thank you.
that two dudes are being applauded for their bravery
Oh. No, we are very brave.
in acknowledging that women are cool, and you guys are pretty light on the claps for Rhea and I. We went and we asked a stranger to take a picture. We just stopped a stranger on this. We went over to the billboard, and we were standing in front of it, and we asked a woman who was passing by. We were like, "Hey, do you mind taking a picture of us?" And she was like, "Oh, sure. Like, just what? Like, in front, like,
In front of what?
In front of what?" Because we were like just on the street, and then we were like, and it was actually so cute because she goes, "Oh my God, you guys!" And she gave us a giant hug. Like, this is a stranger. We did not know this person.
Was it? Oh my God, you guys! I didn't recognize you, and I actually knew you from before. Or is it?
No.
Oh my God, you're two
You're
other
on
human
that
beings, and
billboard.
you're on
Yep.
that
Yeah,
billboard.
she was like, "I'm so proud of you. Like, you're making
This is
it.
like-
I'm so proud of you. Who are you?
It was very cute. It was like a cute moment. She took a bunch of. She was like, check them. Make sure you check them. I don't want to be the one to mess this up for you.
And then a guy with like running headphones came by, and he went, "Hey, that's you!" Because he had his headphones in, and he was like this close, and I was like, "Yeah, thank you." He yelled it so loud,
It was really
It was adorable.
fun. Though. It was a fun.
but also loud.
It was super fun.
I
It was
don't
a
think
fun
I don't
time.
know I don't think except maybe in cartoon form if there was a Harmon Quest billboard. I don't think I've ever that's a feeling I don't know. I don't know like look at there's your head's all big
Well,
like
it feels
above the
pretty good.
buildings. Like I don't even know. I mean, do you pull over the car? Do you? And that was the.
Oh yeah, we parked and got Chipotle, and
We literally did eat that at the Chipotle that's directly under the thing of us, which is like shameful.
yeah.
Did you? Were you able to just look at it while you ate?
We went around the corner so that we were not near there, but there definitely were people who were eating at Chipotle that were like,
There's something
Like
very
going, like-
familiar about all this.
Yeah, I
have
guess
to get a quote in for Back to the Future at some point.
All right. So you guys, I heard a rumor that you guys needed to get out of here at 9, but I don't. wanna...
I do. You can stay. Yeah.
I can stay, yeah.
I mean, if you can, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
no,
I
yeah, you could. I met you at home. We lived
We
together.
live together. Ooh.
I'm ready to teach Donald Trump a thing or two about being dangerous. Yes, I live with my wife.
Yeah.
so dangerous.
You missed me proving that I've seen the first episode of the show before you got here.
He did prove
and then I liked it very much.
Saw it.
He liked it very much.
It was
Thank
great.
you. We are so stoked because it got like a bunch of people cared about it. And I mean, honestly, you know what this is like. This was the first time for me. You spend all this time, you make this thing, and it feels really personal to you, and then you're like aware of time and space and television, and you know that a lot of things nobody cares about at all, and so you just go, well, I will assume nobody cares about this, and then a bunch of people were like, cool, and then we were like, hooray.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
It was very nice.
Thanks, you guys.
yeah, and there may be a time when that nightmare that you were maybe dreading, that'll have to happen too, and both of them will be like, you'll wake up the next morning alive. It's like a bingo card, and you're like, I remember, I remember like this thing that we did was like this pilot in the 90s, and it was just like, no, we don't want that, and like just cried. It just went to the car. It was like, it was a good thing because it was like salty hot tears. I was like, I'm not crying because I'm a spoiled baby. I am a spoiled baby, but that's not why I'm crying. I'm crying because I really, really care, and that's a good thing. And it's like you're not receptive to it in that moment. Nothing feels like you're getting good or better or being, but what is happening in that moment is like the germination of some kind of seed where you're like, well, one thing's for sure, I belong here. Because like this is like like I don't like people like not watching me.
No, but I mean,
there's no romantic or charismatic way to put it. Like it's just.
I actually think maybe this was the first experience I've had in my career that wasn't that, and I don't mean that like. Of course, you know, it's been bit by bit and success by success. It's not like I've been toiling in obscurity, but for 15 years, I feel like there have been very loud voices that really liked what I was doing, and very loud voices that wanted me to stop talking about being gay, and that was like a thing that I heard just so many times, just like, this person is not funny, stop talking about being gay, we don't care about this. And then
we get it. You're gay.
Yeah, we get it. You're gay. We get it. You're gay will be my epitaph, like for sure.
It should be your. It should definitely be like.
We got it. She was gay. No, I know. I have tweeted. No, I mean that will be my epitaph. But
Hashtag dead.
But you know. But this was really like a huge weight off the shoulders because like the New York Times and Vulture and IndieWire and the AV Club were just like, we get it, she's gay. But in like they were like, we get it, she's gay. Yeah, and I was like, so it was really nuts.
And so's the other one.
Yeah. I'm just talking about my experience.
Oh, I know. I'm just riffing. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not Dr. Phil, but I don't think Rhea was saying that you were trans. Anyways, all right.
Well,
we'll deal with this later.
You know, people are also really stoked about Rhea in this show, which is really cool. It's like a real breakout moment for her, and it's really awesome.
Well, I assume that's going to be a theme of the. Is that going to be the theme of the show? Because I've seen one episode, but is that a thing? I mean, regardless of gender persuasion, what are the other things? Prismatology, cosmological shiftage, continuum of reciprocity. Regardless, it's like two people doing the same thing at the same time automatically. Like, is there a story coming up? And if not, is there like where people want to drive a wedge between those things? Like that's how we eat lobster by breaking it open. Like if you guys are delicious as a couple, like inevitably the consuming of you as a couple is going to involve people testing the hinges of the claw, putting pressure on the. Have you experienced that? Do you know that's coming?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been there the whole time. People will ask us if we're competitive with each other, which is the funniest thing to ask two stand-up comics, because you wouldn't do this job if you didn't think you were the best stand-up comic to ever exist, period. Like, there's no other reason you would do this to yourself, and also it's a total privilege and what a ridiculous thing to say, but I just mean, you wouldn't get up on stage and fail this much if you weren't like, I'll show them. And so, like, Rhea, do you think you're a better stand-up comic than me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, but like you do, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like you want what's best for me, and you love me so much.
Yeah. I want you to totally succeed, but I am going to succeed more than you.
Right. Like, so what I want to do is I want to lift you up, and I want people to see how great you are, and to see you through my eyes, and just like to love you, and I want to, put a foot on your face.
Yeah.
And kick you back down.
So she's like a grappling hook or a fire ladder.
Yeah.
I lift you up, I hook you into something above me that
Right.
is soft enough to secure anchor. I climb over you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I thought maybe where you were going was that, it's actually easier in when you combine a naturally, the universe will seek to find crevices thing like being a couple, that's entropy, and the outside world will do its work as sure as water does. You drop anything into a glass of it, and the water, it may look pretty, but the water is silently going like, is there a way to pick this apart? Anyways, that's a tangent, but I'll tell it to my chemist. Dan's actually incorrect about the properties of water. Subreddit. But I thought maybe what you were getting at was that because stand-ups are so ridiculously solipsistic, so like narcissistic, so like it is an easy thing to just put two of them in a house together and let them both try to be stand-ups, and there's a kind of select few situations in which that Ernie and Bert partnership could be turned into like enmity or jealousy, but those things would be offset if Ernie and Bert were like also then like they're okay, we're actually living together because we love each other.
Mm-hmm. Like they do.
Yeah, no, right.
They're totally a couple.
But actually, yeah, I think you are right. I mean, I will say I don't feel a ton of jealousy. I feel competition in our relationship, and but I don't feel jealous.
Here's what I worry. With my girlfriend, here's what I worry about. I'm not trying to bend it back to me.
Bend it like it.
But if I did, it would go something like this. The ghost of Jeff is everywhere. I worry about with Cody, who's 11, 12 years younger than me, and who I'm so tired. I don't want to work. I swear, I think of that. I don't want to work anymore. And so I have fantasies about her, Celine Dioning, and I can be that guy with the beard that could just be like, I love Celine Dion. I'm so old and lucky.
Well, then you should have got to her younger, honestly. That is a really specific Celine Dion joke. If you understood Celine like I do, that would be so funny. It's okay. We can move on.
But I have a weird feeling.
Could you stop talking about Celine Dion on podcasts? That's just a joke for anyone that's watched this show.
Yeah. But yes, go ahead.
I have a weird feeling that I would as soon as it wouldn't be about achievement. I wouldn't want anybody to, it's not that I don't wait. I'm just trying to stack these negatives like a Jenga tower here. It's not that I don't want my partner to be successful. Far from it. I want like I consider that such an ironic concept for anyone to be, as you were talking about, that same thing. It's like that's such a hilarious idea. I am so behind it. It's but at the same time that feels like sincerity. Like, oh my God, my fantasy would be that you would be like just like. The idea of me being jealous of someone's success, like I would love that, but I think the thing that I would screw up is that it would just be regular jealousy, because I would turn it into a thing where I was like, she's out there with people. It would be a sexual thing. It wouldn't be I wouldn't have career jealousy, but it would quickly turn into a gateway to something I still haven't figured out, which is like how to not be like I don't trust myself to not be like, that guy is so cuter, like what, just be with him, and like I'm just like, and it just drives me nuts. Like I'm just gonna sit home and play Minecraft and take care of our baby, and then I'm just gonna be like, obviously she would be in love with anybody but me right now, like that's where it would. But don't awe it, because that's horrible serial killer like stuff with a support system. Like it's not, you shouldn't, because that's jealousy and it's toxic and it's gross. But
I don't mean to tell you that lesbians are awesome, but you know what's a cool thing about being in a same-sex couple is that
the scissor thing.
Yeah.
I say no more.
That's number one.
I've seen the movies.
No, that's not real. That's not real. That's not a real thing.
Looked real to me. Riley Reid ain't no. She didn't.
No, those women are not having a good time. That's not how that works. I'll tell you about it later. But I don't know. Do you have partner jealousy towards me? I don't really. I find that a cool part of it is like, well, number one, we are both moderately recognizable. I don't mean we're super famous, but I mean most of the time when we meet people, it's like after a show. And so that's a situation where there's already a weird power dynamic, and so it's not actually super fun to go and talk. Nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be really weird. That feels gross and not fun because that person doesn't know you. They're a stranger, but they do know you because they know you from podcasts. Anyway, it's weird. You don't know them at all, and they might eat you. So it's a whole thing, but not in the good way. My point is, there's that, and then I think the other thing is like, we share, we're both into the same thing, which is women.
People. Oh, yeah.
That's a cool thing, is that we can both be like, hey,
nice.
She's cute. Yeah, exactly. Hey,
oh, God,
nice. Hey, nice. And then we go like high five.
I get it. Okay.
There are so many things that are not great, but that's a good part.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is being like, oh, I'm not jealous of you about that interaction, like, hey,
I get it.
Keep going. She's cute.
Like
allow me to watch you talk to her.
But you'd be able to file it in the same place. Like, I don't know how to file it if a guy, like, there's like a combination of like what, I don't know. It's like it's like if he's everything that I'm not, like I don't know where to file it if like I see my girlfriend like having a good time talking to him. Like,
can I pose this to you, Dan? Can I just pose this? If he's everything that you're not, then she wants nothing to do with him because she likes you.
That was such a like daytime talk show. Not sentence from Rhea, but your guys' reaction, the time that it took. Like, I don't know if you could hear you, but it was like you all waited for Rhea to say the full sentence and then you thought about it. And then you were like,
all right, I've been rude to our second guest.
Yes. I have to go.
Yeah. Shit, you have to go.
Yeah, I do have to go. But
okay.
I'm just gonna say this one thing. I also just put out an album on Friday.
Oh.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt.
It's
number one on
number
iTunes.
one album. Number one.
So thanks, you guys. And thank you, Dan.
You bet.
You're the best. I have keys in my hand. This is weird.
The album's called Butcher. You buy it on iTunes or at Kill Rock Stores.
Thanks for. Well, come on.
No, I'm just picking up what you... Listen, go, my wife.
Okay,
I got
great.
it.
Rhea Butcher, everybody.
So there's going to be 2 more guests?
Yeah. I think them coming right in between us will be a good thing.
Yeah, I might...
It was 9/11.
It is. You're right.
Never forget.
You're right.
Never forget that Andy Dick, 9/11. It's September 11th. Andy Dick's coming to the show.
Rudy Giuliani forgot.
He did forget. He did forget.
It's pretty fun.
I mean, it was like of all people. I'm not saying 9/11 should be more memorable to anybody, but it was his favorite national tragedy.
Yeah.
Like he really loved that thing. Like he loved it more than it was like.
Jesus wakes up on December 25th. What is this? What's all this stuff?
When I think of
what's Easter about? Does anyone know what this is?
I think Rudy Giuliani's theme song for his relationship between him and 9/11 is "Lady in Red," or like it's like a ballad. It's like a beautiful like you're over across the thing, and you're like I met you, and it was crazy.
Nixon wakes up. I don't know how I feel about crooks. Like, it just feels like you remember that thing. That was important to you, right?
Yeah, maybe time to check him out. Put a little popsicle stick in his mouth. See if he remembers, see if he's still Alice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Don't I ever know what you're saying.
All right. That didn't land. I thought it was... Oh, see ya. Bye.
Sorry. Do you have your keys? Your keys are behind me.
Oh, man, I wish you could just drive my car home, but I can't drive your car.
I can't drive my car because I drive stick.
They love stick.
Oh, we get it, okay?
Yeah. Whoa. And they caught it. God damn it. You guys ever notice lesbians always have each other's keys? New stereotype. Coined a stereotype. Talk about dangerous.
This is a momentous
I'm dangerous.
Occasion.
It's a competition between me, you, and Donald Trump. Someone's going to emerge as the most dangerous tonight.